Why aren't you not following me? Hey guys, hey YouTube, hey Facebook, hey Twitter. I thought I was gonna have to push this thing back because of technical difficulties. It's like when I started on my computer, it started like blanking out and it was just so weird. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I do? I mean, let me try to move this thing back, but it looks like it's okay. But let me just pull up my notes in the meantime. Hey Bree, hey girl. We're just getting started. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to get on here on time, but looks like we made it. We in here. Yes, 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 yes. So how is your Saturday going? How is it going? How is it starting out? You see, my computer's still acting slow, but that's okay. I can always improvise. But I do have notes as I want to talk about the 3 things I learned, as a grown adult lady girl. I feel like I'm still learning. I don't know everything, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, from this point in my life, I feel like if I could tell my younger self these 3 things, it would help her so much and help myself, because some of the things I feel like we learn in retrospect is really stuff that we should apply to our life now. So I'm still doing the work. I'm in the gym with my life. I coach Cinquetta daily. Like, okay, like this is where we need to be. Like, always continue growing and developing, but also remembering like to be patient with myself. Like, everything isn't going to happen overnight. Like, relax. Like, be grateful for where you are. I'm not what I want to be, but I'm not what I used to be. I think I heard that in the gospel song one day. So yes. So yeah, thank you, Bree. I'm just like, what's going on with my computer? And it's like been loading for a while. It's plugged up and still nothing. But nevertheless, we will go ahead and get started. I can improvise. So if you guys are watching this on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, I'm just gonna run my intro and we will get started. I'll be right back.
Matt Cinquetta, man, a girl was heaven sent. Matt Cinquetta, man, a girl was heaven sent.
Thanks again for joining me for another installment of Saturdays with Sin. And I decided to come up with this topic, the 3 things I would tell my younger self about dating and relationships, because I realized, okay, I was being a little biased. I used to have a problem with like celebrity men that will get on. And like they may have had a girl or they were married before, but it seems like once they got famous and popping, they left that girl from the past, like the one that held them down, the one that they built and started with, that was with them when they kind of had nothing, quote unquote. I used to always side eye that. It's just like, why wouldn't you stay with your A1 day one? So I don't know. At first, I used to, and just recently, I came to the revelation that sometimes before you know who you are, want something different before you do know who you are, and before want something different than once you're in your purpose. Because sometimes we date people or get in relationships with people out of voids. Like what you want at one place and state and mindset of your life could be something totally different from what you want like years down the line, once you like grow and develop more and once you become whole. So I really do feel like sometimes we get with people based off our voids, our insecurities, like with somebody done in the past. But once you get filled up and healed up, you don't even really like that person no more. Or the people that you would go after or find attractive, you really don't. So okay, and I applied that to celebrity men, because maybe that could be the case with them. Other times it could be something like they want to get with the girls that dissed them or didn't want them in the past. But it could be like how I'm thinking about it too. Maybe, what they wanted at the time when they were grinding, and now that they're full and whole, is something totally different. Because I think about it like this, with us, like the way I shop on a payday versus when I kind of don't got a lot of money, a lot of funds, is different. Like I may want the alkaline water. I usually get the alkaline water, it's a little expensive, a little more pricey, but I had just got paid. So I'm going to go and get that alkaline water. But when my account is down, I may have to get to store brand. It doesn't taste as good. It doesn't like soothe your throat as much. But it gets the job done. It will sustain you. And sometimes I think that's how we date. It's hard to say because, I don't want to be the person someone just, I don't want to be the come up woman. Like, I don't want to be the one that, you just temporarily with for the moment. No, I'm trying to be your dream girl. Okay. So, and I feel like the only way to prevent that from happening is always, make sure you're with somebody that doesn't need you to build, but y'all are building together as iron sharpens iron. We walking this thing out. That's why sorry, but okay. If y'all on my other channel, in this like the sin on my YouTube channel, y'all know I talked about that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian thing based off of Lovely T's breakdown. She's another YouTuber. I love her commentary. But she felt as though that Kim and Kanye, they broke up, or the breakdown with Kanye in particular is that he feels like he built Kim up. Like if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't be where she is now. And okay, from that perspective, I can see that. That happens a lot. When you put your time, energy, and effort in a person, you do feel like you want them to stay loyal to you because you invested something. That's why I feel like only invest what you can, but the real true investment is to keep working on you. I feel like if someone, your partner who you're dating or whatever, isn't on the same type time as you, that either isn't your partner, your match, or you keep working on you and hopefully your grind will inspire them to grind as well. Like I can't. I heard Iana Van say, "My cup runneth over. What's in the cup is for me. Everything that comes out of the cup is for you. So I gotta be full too continuously, and anything extra can pour off on you. All right. So that's what made me come up with this topic in particular. And like I said, I used to always shade those guys like, you ain't right. You want to leave her? No, that's not right. But now I kind of understand. If that man was like kind of in survival mode, like, and once now that he's not, he may choose something different that's more complementary to like his lifestyle now. Like I choose different now that I'm satisfied and whole. The type of people I like is totally different as well. Okay. So yes, I say all that to say, let's work on getting whole. Okay. Maintaining that. Oh, I was like, what's that in my background? But it's like my little makeup thing. But yes. So the 3 things I would tell my younger self about dating and relationships. Number 1 would be stop being short-sighted. I feel like, when you're younger, when you really start liking guys and stuff, and if you're a guy watching this, liking girls or vice versa or however, you feel like when you're kind of like in the high school, college kind of age or whatever, where you feel like, all right, you're allowed to date. All right, it's time. It's my time. Where's my person? And sometimes, like, when you're that young, you think that, like, what's in front of you is as good as it gets. You kind of only just see the people in high school. So you feel like that's all that's out there. So I would tell my younger self, like, be patient because in life it's going to take you many different places and you'll get to see many people, many different things. And you don't have to just put yourself in a box. You don't have to feel like, all right, I need to find somebody in high school. I need to find somebody in college because that doesn't mean like you've seen everything or that will complement your life, Like just kind of like if you're vegan, you may feel like, dang, I want to go to some other grocery stores. But see, in life, when you spread out, you get a chance to come across Whole Foods, like stuff that's more complementary to your life. So don't just feel like this is it or this is as good as it gets. When you're young, what you see right now is just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much more as you continue living life. So I feel like that was my problem. I felt like, oh my gosh, like I'm a freshman, that junior boy, oh, like that's just it. That's the best. Like that's who I need to be with, kind of thing. But no, keep on living. You'll meet more guys, and more people that you could possibly vibe with. Life is bigger than your hometown where you grew up with, the friends that you got now. Like, no, keep on living, keep on doing things, and you'll like come across more people that may have like the same interests or mindsets as you. It don't just stop in your school or where you go to work. I think that's what I want to say. Or where you live at. It's a big world. So be open to that. The number 2 thing I would tell my younger self about dating and relationships is to know God for yourself. Um, I feel like when I was younger, I thought I was doing a good job. Like that meme or that Sam. Sis, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. All because, I read the Bible. Well, not like that, but I would open it from time to time and I would go to church from time to time. So I thought that was enough. I knew that I wasn't supposed to steal or kill. That's what the Ten Commandments say, right? And I was not doing that. So I thought I was doing something. And I feel like that is the problem. I really feel like little, as much time, like you cannot expect God ordained results in a major way in your life if you're not spending a lot of God time in your life. Well, hold on, I know how I wrote it down. Where did I see it? Okay. But as much as you invite God into your life is as much as you'll have God ordained results. So if you only want God in your life a little bit, don't expect him to show up a lot of bit when it comes to dating, relationship, or your career or anything else. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be a little bit too. So make sure that things match. And when I say know God for yourself, sometimes you feel like going to church is enough, but you got to be in your Bible and know what God wants from you. Like I said, I thought I was a good Christian girl because I wasn't hurting nobody. But what about that malice, that hurt, that unforgiveness that's in our hearts? Well, that was in my heart and I wasn't letting go of. Because you know me, if you know me, I could hold a grudge like no other. But see, like I'm thinking I'm being strong because I'm getting back at the people that hurt me, but I'm actually being weak. And like I'm holding that in, and that's not good inside, So those are the things that God wanted to deal with me about. Like, okay, that hurt you. Let's talk about it. Why did it hurt you? Where did it begin? So we can start healing in those areas. So that's why I feel like I didn't even know the Bible said that. Like, it's a scripture that's like, don't let the sun set down on your wrath. I didn't know that. I thought the Bible was just about like being nice to your neighbor and stuff like that, which is true, but it's so much more. You know what I mean? So many things more that God wants to unpack in all of us. It's a preacher, he passed on now, but his name is Derek Prince, and he was like, as you're reading the Bible is also reading you. It wasn't until I started reading the Bible for myself that I was like, oh, dang, you is missing the mark. Like, these fruits of the spirit, patient, long suffering, where are those in your life? Because it's here right here in scripture. Like, you need to be having some fruit. So what's going on? It's not enough just to think you're getting by because you according to your standards, you're so good and so nice. But according to like what they say right here in the word in black and white, you're missing the mark, sis. So it took me a long time to realize that. So that's why I said, like, younger self, yes, get on that ASAP. And another thing I want to say, I feel like women especially shouldn't even be dating until they know the love of Christ for themselves. Okay? Because if you don't, you will definitely settle. You know what I mean? You have to know why you was worth dying for, why Jesus went on the cross for you. And I heard somebody say, even if it was just you in the world, he'll still go back and do it just for you. So you need to know, like, okay, if God thinks this much of me, I need to think this much of myself, and not in a braggadocious or boastful way. But you know what? God will give you the desires of your hearts, and you need to know that. Like, you need to know that you're loved, fearfully and wonderfully made. You just need to know that before dating. If you ask me, I don't think you should date until you read the Bible from cover to cover a couple times for yourself. Okay, because like I said, it's not enough just to hear it preached on a Sunday. You kind of gotta, be in there for yourself. That's all I really want to say about that situation. Because that's what I want to say. You will settle for counterfeit love if you don't know God's love for you. If you don't know about Christ's love for you, you will. It's just quite natural because you don't know who you are, and you don't know whose you are. So that be the problem right there. But and I also wrote, to me, dating without a clear picture of God's love for you is like swimming in a large body of water with no life jacket on. Sure, you can swim a little, you can doggy paddle a little, you be in there, but eventually you're going to get tired and drown, and I feel like that the drowning part is, those feelings that you feel when like it doesn't work out with a person, or you feel like, again, like I said in the beginning, you're building somebody up, you're putting on your effort and energy in a person, and then now you're like, dang. But sometimes we do those things because we feel like that's going to make us happy or make us whole by doing for people, not realizing like, you're enough as you are. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z, but just show up. You are enough. So that's the second thing I would tell my younger self. Sinquetta, know God for yourself. Okay? Get in the Bible a little bit more, all right? Like actually read it. Not just a few verses and a few chapters. Because I thought I was doing something just because I knew Psalms 23. Really, I did, but that stole me. Now, number 3, the third thing I would tell myself is to take my time. Is no need to rush to the finish line, when it comes to dating and relationships, because at the end of the day, this is very life changing. It's different from like the college you're going to, or and that needs to be a clear decision as well, or the type of car you drive. I do feel like the person that you're with has the potential to like really alter your life in a sense, good or bad. So that's something you really want to take into consideration. So take your time. Like it's okay to, you don't have to go for the finish line so quick. And on your way trying to get to the finish line so quick, you don't realize like the potholes that are all around. So you taking your time, you're able to avoid some things. You may go the scenic route. It may take you a little longer, but it's like what you're learning in the process. I heard somebody say, I think it was a meme, it's better to wait long than to marry wrong. Not really. We see that all the time too. You know what I mean? Like people that be trying to rush you to get in a relationship, but that relationship be whack. Like, why do you want see, that's the thing. Misery loves company. Don't be trying to yeah. And even in the best relationships, I feel like where it's not toxic or anything like that, it's going to have its ups and downs. Like we are people, humans, and it's kind of hard to merge, but nevertheless, you can get there. But relax. That's why I would tell my younger self. Relax. It's no rush. And then a bonus I would tell myself is base your attraction on your core beliefs, like the things that make you tick. Like I said, I don't know. For some reason, that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West situation really opened my eyes. Like to hear that now that they're going through their divorce, to hear that she doesn't want to be all dressed up and glammed up now that she's not with him tells me so much. That tells me that was never really in her to begin with. And I feel like she was just doing it to please him. And that must have not been a core belief to her. And you see how much we like suffer when we try to, okay, it's okay, he doesn't think like this, but I do. We'll work it out. No, how can two walk together except they be agreed? So the major things, like think about the things that really make you tick, the things that you will stand up and talk about and fight for your rights for. Those things I feel like you need to be with somebody that is on that same mindset as you, because if not, it's going to lead to problems at the end. And it's going to be frustrating. You cannot fit a circle peg into a square hole. It's not going to work. It'll get in there a little bit, but eventually, no, it's just not going to be a good fit. So I feel like if I could tell my younger self something like that, it would be base your attraction on core beliefs. So for me, it is important to go to church on Sunday. Oh, darn. I'm gonna have to wrap this up, Instagram. I don't think I would be happy with somebody that's just like, oh, no, it's okay, I'm trying to watch the game like that. No, I want to fellowship together. And not to say we can't have church in our home, but at the same time, like on Sunday, I do want to spend time with other believers. Like that would be very important to me. So I don't think at this point in my life I need to change somebody's mind to think like me. It kind of got to be in you at this point. But then again, yeah, yeah. So that's what I got to say. That was an example for me, but you had to think about like what's really important to you. Me, I'm an introvert, so I'm not. I love your auntie and them, but they ain't gonna be rolling up into our house like all the time, anytime they want to. This is not the chill, kick off your shoes and relax your feet kind of house. Like I'm not used to that. I did not grow up that way. When company came over, we knew about it, but it wasn't the open door policy. See, little things like that. Because if you're a person that grew up differently, you may feel like I'm being shady or something like that when I'm really not. It's just like how I am. So I feel like this is another thing too. It's not just about physical attraction, but like spiritual attraction, mental attraction, the inside attraction, how you think attraction, that stuff, you know? Well, a lot of times we forget about that, especially when we're younger. So that was a bonus. I would tell myself. So again, my 3 things I would tell yourself if you're just joining in, if you're watching this in the middle, is about love and dating would be stop being short-sighted. Is more in store, is more out there, is more out there to do. You know, what you see now is just the beginning. You know, because when you're young, you just feel like, you know, the people in your hometown is it, but you never know where life may take you. And, you know, your dating pool would just open up. Know God for yourself, because you're gonna need to know God for 2 reasons: to be able to discern if this person is for you, and also to know your worth and your value. You know, it's a little deeper than being the flyest on the block, because you ever notice that like the people that be so put together sometimes can have like the lowest self-esteem. So it's because it's the inside. You gotta know that that whether I got this lace front on or not, I am that chick. And I feel like you're only really gonna know that where it's gonna stay solid and flat footed is if you know God and know that He love you and want the best for you. Your mama, that person, your daddy, your uncle, brother, the person at your job may not feel that way about you, but you gotta know God do. Yeah. So, and my third thing I would tell my younger self about dating and relationships is to take your time. Give yourself time to grow and give yourself time to know you, because that helps you figure out who you're compatible with as well. I feel like that's my problem. It was my problem. I just felt like I could just get in where I fit in. I can kind of adapt, but no, I have ideas and things that are important to me too that I want to speak up and I'm passionate about it as well. It's only so much I can just be quiet about. So, you know, take your time, get to know yourself, and that will help you in the long run. Heal whatever is like triggering you. Go to a therapist, talk to a friend, phone a friend, whatever you got to do. But, you know yourself, heal, grow, develop, just become the best version of yourself you can. And that does not end ever. It's a continual thing, but it feels good along the way. When you be growing and when like you going after your dreams, you don't be as messy, you know, because you don't have time. You up there building, building, building. So yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self. So that was a wonderful live, guys. Thanks again for joining me on another installment of Saturdays with Sin. Again, we were talking about 3 things I would tell my younger self about dating and relationships, and the one that got away. So I put that up there because people really feel that way, like, or they believe that, but I honestly don't believe that there's a such thing as the one that got away. Let me go on my YouTube because I asked my YouTube community again. Cinquetta. I got 2. So I have Cinquetta and I have In This Life of Sin YouTube channel. But I asked my Cinquetta audience, because you know that's the one I kind of built up and grew, how they felt about the one that got away. And I just want to read y'all, excuse me, those results to see what the people got to say. If they believe in this, or if they feel like, not really. Interesting. All right, let me show y'all these results. I should have asked like more details. Share. All right, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, we can still see that. So I asked this the other day. All right. And do you believe in the notion of the one that got away, or have you experienced the one who got away syndrome? That's what I asked. And 29 people vote. And for the most part, 45% said there are good people from my past that I slept on. So I would like to hear more about that. I mean, I feel like it's possible, but at the same time, I feel like if you weren't ready for them, or vice versa, they weren't ready for you, then it probably wasn't meant to be. And maybe things could come back around. you never know. I may have to come back on here and say that, like, y'all, it happened to me. But I guess just from my experience, this is why it came up in the first place. From my experience, I felt like the people that I dated in my past were good guys, but not good for me because I did not know me. You know, I was not where I am now to be able to really choose and make really good decisions. You know, like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is who I want to be with because they align with my this, and that. No, it's more so like, okay, let's see if we can just merge together. You know, I didn't have a clear focus. And I feel like with everything, you got to have a clear vision in mind. Like, what do you really want from a situation? I feel like that's how come I feel like I don't feel like nobody got what I really don't. Because they were dealing with a Cinquetta that was thinking in lack instead of abundance. Even still, like they may not even like me now, like the way that I think and the way that I come across now. Like now I'm putting things in the forefront that I would kind of hide about or not be as vocal about, you know? So, yeah, how about it? And then 29%, 34% of people said that they don't believe in the one that got away. That's me. Can I like this? No, I can't. And then I had a third choice that was if they're in the middle, you know, because some people could be in the middle. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and tell y'all what's really going on. So yeah, I didn't really necessarily have a story, but no, in a way I did have a story because, like I said in the beginning, I thought that it was bogus for people to leave their A1s day ones. But maybe, you know, once people get in their purpose and things like that, their appetites change, their desires change, what they want in their lives change. I don't know why I never considered that, but I think because now I see things differently. Because I'm in my purpose and I'm fulfilled and I'm satisfied and I'm whole. So I'm picking the best thing on the shelf now, okay? Not out of my voice or my lack or anything like that. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I wanted to say. Well, we will be back for another installment of Saturdays with Sin. Y'all gotta let me know if this time is too early or not. I'm a morning person, so I've been up, y'all. Even on a Saturday, up before my alarm clock. No, I'm playing, but yeah, I kind of was. But nevertheless, let's see how the another Saturday morning thing goes, and we'll go from there. But I will, you know, make it a point to be on here again Saturday. Sorry that I wasn't here on Tuesday. I was out of town, y'all, but I'm gonna try to come back on Tuesday. I want to do Saturdays and Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye. All right,